Hello. I request all the audience members to settle down. We'll be starting shortly. Everyone, please settle down. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. These were the words of Steve Jobs. As the atmosphere is filled with entrepreneurial spirit, we welcome you all to the Valedictory Ceremony.
Good evening, everyone. I, Sanika Kulkarni,
And I, Ishita Humnabadkar,
on behalf of the entire team of Pune Startup Fest 24, welcome you all to the Valedictory Ceremony of Pune Startup Fest 2024. We extend our warmest welcome to our esteemed dignitaries, faculty, and all our dear friends for joining us today. Over the past 2 days, Pune Startup Fest has truly embodied its mission of bringing together the best and brightest entrepreneurs from across the country. We have been a witness to an inspiring showcase of talent, energy, and passion as individuals have come together to innovate, learn, and connect. This event has once again proven to be a dedicated platform that empowers the visions of entrepreneurs. We are proud to have facilitated such a dynamic and rewarding experience. On behalf of everyone at Pune Startup Fest, I would like to express our sincere gratitude towards our title sponsor, Pune E-Stock Broking Limited, power sponsor, FinIQ, executive sponsor, Indian Oil Corporation Limited, Ease My Trip as travel partner, Navami as our wellness partner, Palmonas as our gifting partner, Tuyam as our exclusive snacks partner, Aquarize as our hydration partner, Wet and Joy as our entertainment partner, and all those who contributed towards the betterment of the fest.
We take immense pleasure to welcome our guest of honor, Dr. V. Narayanan Sir, Director of Liquid Propulsion System Center, ISRO, and Mr. Sitaram Kandi, Vice President and Head of HR of Tata Motors. Thank you, sir, for gracing us with your presence. We also have with us our respected Director of Student Affairs, Mr. M.P. Khon sir, and our beloved faculty advisor, Dr. Vidya More ma'am. To express our gratitude towards all the dignitaries, we would like to present a token of our appreciation to them. I would request Mr. Khon sir to felicitate our chief guest, Dr. V. Narayanan sir. I request Khon sir to felicitate Mr. Sitaram Kandi sir. I would now request Khon sir to say a few words of appreciation.
Good evening, everybody. The chief guest of today's function, Mr. Sitaram Kandi from Tata Motors, heading HR department. Dr. V. Narayan, distinguished scientist, Apex Scale, and Director of Liquid Propulsion System Center, Indian Space Research Organization. The faculty advisor for this particular event, Dr. Vidya More. My other faculty colleagues, Dr. Rajiv, Abhishek More, Hanumant Shinde, Prakash Shinde. The most important person of this particular event is Gaurav and his team. The team has taken a lot of efforts, and because of their efforts, we have organized this particular program up to the satisfaction of all the entrepreneurs, academicians, those who are interested in starting their career in the entrepreneurship and innovation. So we are about to just finish this particular program, but before that, I would like to just put my remark on this particular thing. First of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks to all the sponsorer for giving us the financial assistance for conducting this particular program on this larger scale. And another important thing is, I am also appreciate and congratulate to the, say, people who have participated as an entrepreneur, as an, say, researcher, as an innovator. Say 100, almost 25 stall we are organized because of you people. And I also appreciate and congratulate and express my thanks to those who have helped us to conduct this particular activity very smoothly for last 3 days, and even before say inception of this particular event, starting from the planning. This year I got few experiences which I would like to narrate here. As far as the participation of the startups are concerned, yes, it is increased, but we still find that there are a lot of scope in this particular thing, and we will encourage that particular dimension further. This time we got 125 entries, but next time we'll expect something around 200. And then for conducting such a huge program, because you will find that a lot of activities that were packed because of the shortage of time. And because of this, on behalf of Board of Students Development, I am giving you assurance that in the next year, this particular activity or this particular event will be conducted for 3 days. So from 2 to 3 days. Now this is what is the 6th edition of this Startup Fest. So we are saying that this is just still in the very young age, in the nascent stage. But yes, looking towards the response and the enthusiasm of the participants, we would like to add few more, say, dimensions in that particular, in this particular event. We will involve the people who is quite experienced in this particular thing right from the designing of this particular, say, event. At this particular moment, our students are putting their ideas, developing a kind of program by their own perception. They are doing it up to the, say, required standard. But if we'll think the participation of the others, if you'll involve the other people, then definitely the standard will be further enhanced. And therefore, from the beginning of this particular force, once we'll announce these particular dates, from that, then you have to join with our COEP students to make this particular program from the, say, user's point of view, more fruitful, beneficial from all, say, segments, particularly from the academics, entrepreneur point of view, students point of view, then even those who wants to develop their career but not able to express from their point of view. So we will try to cover all the dimensions, all the spectrum of this innovation, incubations and entrepreneurship. Then another important thing is, right now you will find that COEP is putting a lot of focus on the entrepreneurship skills and say development of entrepreneur. I expect that you people will help us. If anybody wished to give us something expert talk, if anybody have certain ideas, we will incorporate all these ideas, your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience in a curriculum also, and also provide you a platform to interact our students. So I am giving that particular assurance because this is what is the need of an hour, and I feel that you people come forward to train this young generation. So overall, I feel that this particular startup fest is that way given us lot of impetus, encouragement, motivation, but at the same time also give us the idea how to extend this particular dimension ahead. And your overwhelming response, your encouragement, your participation, your enthusiasm is that way given us lot of satisfaction. Yes, we are on the correct track, but our destination is far ahead, and therefore we will jointly work together to make this event more successful in the next year by incorporating some new dimensions. At the same time, you are also a part of this Pune Startup Fest as an organizing team member, not only as an say participant, but your inputs are that way very much welcome, and we'll together work and we will attain our mission that India will be self-sustainable in the industrial, at least in the industrial segment. So once again, I'm very much thankful to all of you. I'm expressing my sincere thanks because I would like to appreciate my team also. Gaurav and his team deserve a lot of appreciation because they work nearly about for 6 to 7 months. The faculty who are present here, particularly Abhishek More sir, Hanumanta Gorade, Raju sir, they have shouldered this particular responsibility along with a very sincere faculty advisor, Dr. Vidya More. So I appreciate her efforts also, and also I am very much thankful that she has given appropriate direction. Today we got a very experienced person as an say guest for this particular function. They have spared their lot of time, and I am confident that through their speech you will get a lot of say stuff so that you can got a new thought process. This time we got a very good speaker, the keynote speaker, then the chief guest for the valedictory one. So everywhere we got such a persons, they have contributed a lot. They feel that this is their responsibility. And for that, for their association, for their time, for their say commitment towards this particular fest, I will deeply say express my sense of gratitude to those people. So without wasting too much time now, because you are eager to hear the words from the speakers, our guest. So I am once again say wishing you all the best and thinking that you have taken a lot of good things from this particular event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. So now, moving forward, our esteemed guest of honor, Mr. Sitaram Kandi, is a seasoned professional with a remarkable background in promotions, training and development, holding an illustrious degree from IIM Kolkata and further expertise in labor laws and human resources from the Symbiosis Institute of Management. He embodies a commitment to continuous learning and professional excellence. He is not just an alumnus. He is a graduate who brings a unique blend of academic prowess and practical experience. With a career marked by achievements, we are privileged to have him here to share his insights. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage for his address. Sir, over to you.
Good evening, and thank you for such wonderful introduction. I didn't know that I had such a good biodata. Otherwise, I would have hired myself. Thank you. First of all, thank you for inviting me. Whenever we go to campus, we go back to our college days. It takes back to our days when we spent time in our college and how we have seen our professors talk, how we have seen our seniors talk to us. What we are today, a lot goes to our professors, our teachers, and our seniors who have guided, coached. I remember I was sitting once upon a time in the auditorium like this. A slight change with our auditorium was our auditorium used to get locked from outside. Students were not allowed to go out once they sit. because then you will be out of the placement drive. Probably that's one thing I see. It's good to see that the doors are open. You are most welcome to walk out, right? That's the freedom this institute gives. And every day I pass through this road to go to my office. This institute is a pride of Pune. Such a great pleasure. Thank you, sir. Everyone on the dais, Professor Kond, Madam, and Gaurav. I see that you are the most popular figure. Most number of claps for you. And Vikrant. And most importantly, scientist, Dr. Narayanan. Whenever we hear ISRO, every Indian gets a goosebump. And it's real pleasure to share a dais with the scientist, the person sitting next itself is a pleasure. Thanks a lot for giving that opportunity. So I come from HR background, about 29 years in HR, so I keep doing the recruitments. If I get an opportunity, I keep talking about what a student has to build to make a career. When we started our career, I'm sure everyone on the dais would easily vouch with me. We had very limited exposure and very limited opportunities. Both were very, very limited. Our information, our availability is just the library, the Xerox copies, the professor, that's all. Fortunately or unfortunately, we didn't have a Google. We never had an opportunity to cross-check what our professors were saying. Everything what they said was the end for us, and that's where our learning began. But this generation has huge opportunity, at the same time tremendous competition. The boundaries are erased. People across the world fight for same pie. So we look the students, we do a lot of campus. We also visit this campus. We do a lot of campus. And what do we see? I think we don't anymore look at what is the technical capability of a student. That's given because you're already here, so that's already given. So what we see is what is your personality? How are you going to use what you have learned in day-to-day life, right? The first and the foremost we see is how strong is your core. We do check. The core is something, the values, the system is something which is the most important for any organization. Whether you're going for a startup, whether you're joining a company, if that is solid, remaining things will fall in place. So I would say, first you decide what is your core, what you should be known for. If you have a very, very strong core, remaining things will start falling in place. At least when I do interview, I see three things in a student. The first and foremost, what is your learning capability, your agility to accept, your agility to face new things, your agility to maneuver, your agility to face the obstacles. You have seen so many startups outside. The journey would never be easy, right from the idea to making it to reality, the funding, the selling, standing up, everything is a challenge. How well you are equipped to face this is the foremost and the best way to demonstrate. So we look for students who demonstrate the agility to withstand. That's the first thing. The second thing, what we look at is how physical fit you are. I know it may sound very, very nascent at this stage and age. We all have passed through your age. So you may not give so much importance to the physical fitness. Unless you are physically fit, you're not mentally fit. So we check how physically fit you are. I can vouch, maybe COEP has a good sports facility, but wherever, whichever campus I go, ask students, when was the last time you have actually gone onto the ground? When was the last time you actually have played? I can confidently say, even if I ask here, most of you would raise your hands 9th standard. Yes? After that, it is 10th, then it is 11th and 12th, competitive exam, then getting into engineering. You are into that cycle. We put back our physical fitness. The reason I emphasize so much is, I see so many of them work so hard to make their career once they join a company. They all start fizzle out after 40. Physical fitness comes in way. They are unable to travel, they are unable to stay, they are unable to take the challenges. Because they are not physically fit, they are not mentally fit. So all the hard work which they do from school days to putting 20, 25 years of hard work, where they actually have to launch themselves, they start slowing down. That's why most of the people drop out 45s, 50s, where they were supposed to be the MDs, CEOs of a company, they take a step back. So always focus on your physical fitness. Third, and the most important is, are you giving? Are you really giving? We are all fortunate. Our parents have sent us to college, schools. There are numerous people who do not have the privilege to give, the privilege to have all this. Are you giving back something to society? By giving, I don't mean that stop your bike at a signal and give you 5 rupees and feel very happy that when I pass away, I'll go to Swarg. The concept doesn't work that way, that you give 5 rupees at a signal and you get a lot of punya and go to Swarg. The concept, I believe, is who will give? Only the person who has can give. If you don't have anything, you cannot give. And that is one big thing for leadership to have. If you believe that you are a leader of future, start giving. The minute you start giving, you get a confidence, and confidence is key for any leadership. So I keep emphasizing these 3 things, that one, core for sure, build very, very strong core of yourself, core values, core systems. Focus on learning, constant learning. Ask yourself, what have you learned today? What have you learned this month? What have you learned this week? If you have not learned anything, you have wasted. You have wasted some useful days. So be a constant learner for life, be agile, be physically fit, and most importantly, start giving to people who need. Start giving what you have and what they don't have. This is what we see when we hire students from campus, because what we used to have a few years back is not the same capability what we would have going forward. Yeah. Once again, thank the whole organizing team for putting up such wonderful show. And most importantly, sir, thank you for inviting us. It's so pleasure to be here in this institute and in front of students and you all. It takes us back to our days. Thank you, and all the best to each one of you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and motivating words. Now, I would like to request V. Narayanan sir, to give us a few kind words of appreciation. A small introduction about our esteemed guest of honor today. He is the Director of Liquid Propulsion System Center at ISRO with a distinguished career in rocket propulsion and significant contributions to projects like Chandrayaan-2. Dr. Narayanan is a recognized expert in his field, a recipient of accolades, including the Distinguished Alumnus Award from IIT Kharagpur. Dr. Narayanan is here to share his insights with us. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage. Sir, we eagerly await your words.
Very, very good evening. Very, very good evening to all of you. It's a great honor and privilege to be among you on the 6th edition of the Startup Fest 2024. I have heard about Pune Engineering College. I think I am not going to explain to this audience. It's a great honor and privilege to enter into this college and to be with you. The most respected Dr. Kant, Director, Student Affairs, a very dynamic personality, That's what I understood within last 15 minutes. Mr. Sitaram Gandhi, Vice President HR, who gave in nutshell a summary of couple of advisors, and Dr. V.N. More, Faculty Advisor, ESL, and Gaurav, Vikrant, and my dear teaching colleagues and friends. Very, very good evening to all of you. In fact, when I was called to come here, really, I was very, very busy. I was oscillating whether to accept the invitation because I have to travel from Trivandrum to here. And of course, tomorrow morning there are 3 meetings I have to attend in headquarters, ISRO headquarters. Then finally I decided, yes, I must come down because I am going to meet a couple of young engineers who are really going to take up great responsibilities for developing this country. So that made me to come here. But then I was thinking what to speak to you. I was not sure. In fact, the communication was not that good between me and the organizers. I thought I should speak to you through a PPT presentation first. So prepared a PPT. Then second, I thought I should speak to you through a couple of videos that was also prepared. Finally, when I got out of the vehicle, I left my laptop. I thought, let me come and manage with only a small pen drive and couple of points. But after coming to the stage, I understood nothing is required. Probably I have to directly talk to you. Okay, fine. So with that, I am standing in front of you. Now, honestly speaking, I am extremely happy because when I am standing in front of you, I feel I have become so young and energetic. So that is the reason I am very happy. Because that is the advantage of going to any college and addressing the students and student community. Now, dear friends, 1947, when we got independence, probably you all may not be knowing, but the senior people, including your director, may be knowing the status of this country. You know, our average age of Indians were just 32 years. And 32 years means some of the people die at the age of 20, some of the people die at the age of 35, 40. And nobody in the world were considering Indians as even human beings, Indians as Indians. And we were behind every area, every sector, we were undeveloped. That was the reality. Even though before the UK team came here, we had a lot of wealth, health, everything was there. I think at one point of time when we got independence, our average age was only 32. And from that, today when you look at with the health sector, every area we have grown last 76 years, every area. Let me just address a couple of things, then come back to other areas. You take health sector average age from 32, it has gone to 71. That shows the phenomenal contribution by the health people. And, you know, marriage is a very, very happy occasion, you know. Getting married after studying great, this one, getting married is a very happy occasion. And for a woman to become a pregnant is again a very happiest occasion. But it was those time, the maternal mortality rate was so bad, 2,000 per 1 lakh. In fact, I am from a village, some woman become pregnant, we don't know whether she will survive or not. That was the pathetic situation. And from that, the number has come very drastically down to a level of something around 97 or so. And infant mortality rate, every 1,000 birth, we were losing 150 child. From that, the number is brought down to 27. So health department, we had phenomenal growth, but this is not adequate. And in fact, recently I was invited after Chandrayaan 3 success to address some 700 doctors. I gave a request, when India becoming 100 years of independence, this number of average life should go to 100 years, and they are working towards that. You take agriculture sector, we were really starving for food. I think this generation, your generation will not understand. When I was studying 7th standard to 10th standard in my village, it's a pakka developed district, Kanyakumari district. But 3 times food was taken only hardly by 30% people. and there were a lot of food shortage. And thanks to the green revolution and white revolution, today we are having surplus food production, and really India is exporting the food grains thanks to the agricultural sector. But then this is not adequate. The type of adulteration what is happening in the food grains, it is very bad, and it is our responsibility to bring it back. You take education sector. In Tamil Nadu, the big state, total number of seats when I was studying engineering, only 1,800. And getting admission itself is very, very difficult. And even somebody wants to study, very difficult. But that situation, every state, that was the situation. I don't know exact number I was trying to Google. I could not, before that, I have come here to talk to you. And Maharashtra or here also situation would have been same, maybe 1,800, 2,000. But today, you see how many engineering colleges, how many medical colleges. And when we got independence, there was no IITs in the country. And the first IIT was started in IIT Kharagpur. And in memory of that place was selected in memory of the freedom fighters. And Khijili, there is a retention camp in 1956, and I am extremely happy to be alumni of IIT Kharagpur, completing both MTech and PhD from IIT Kharagpur. And even recently, I was there along with your former AACT chairman, sir, to receive the distinguished Life Fellowship Award. Whenever I go to the Khijili retention camp, because you should understand the cells with only 1 feet length and half feet height, only that much opening. And imagine we are put inside. We don't know whether it is outside day, only sun rays will come. And nobody knows when they were served food or water. Nobody knows. From that, people have got independence to us, and we all are enjoying that independence. It is our responsibility to, as he told rightly, to contribute for this country and give back to the society. And education sector, we have grown. Service sector, infrastructure sector, transportation sector, every sector we have grown. And really, there was a time the engineering students, when you study, we were looking for job. We were job seekers. And today, the number of engineering students passing out per year are so much. If you are job seekers, you will be going on seeking for job throughout your lifetime, you will not get a job. Most of the people. And one should become a job provider. That is the place the startup system comes handy. And really, today if you see in India, almost the data shows 1.16 registered startup companies. Really, they are doing phenomenal job and good job. And it is in that context, this festival, really, I asked what is the purpose of this festival. And it was clearly told the engineering students should know how to do the startup, how to get the funding, how to harness, how to manage, what type of products you should enter. I think that gives a great thing. Let me thank the organizers for having that great approach and attitude, and the college faculties to give you that great opportunity to get a exposure to startup system. So let me thank them. And really the startup companies in the country is doing great job. Actually, there are a couple of companies, if you see, their service is so phenomenal. Let me just take a couple of examples. Say, even in space sector, there are, today we are having 168 startup companies doing great thing. And out of 1.13 lakh, engineering, IT, finance, all, banking, textile, food, everything, their contribution to this country is today phenomenal. You take one of the main player, Paytm. They are having a startup helping us out. Home food delivery, Swiggy, they are doing phenomenal job as a startup. And there was a time you come to Pune, how to get a vehicle to move here and there. And any city for that matter, it was like that. Today, Ola, you all know the type of system what we are having. Like that, I can give a lot of examples. I am not going to dwell towards that. Thereby, this festival is very, very important. Really, as a student, I didn't get that opportunity. Probably then I would have, instead of landing up in ISRO, I would have landed up in starting a company and maybe providing job for a lot of people. And really, this gives you a great opportunity. Then coming to the next portion, as a student, you have got a great responsibility, great role. There are two types of education. One is called intellectual-based education, another one is called value-based education. Yes, we all get intellectual-based education because intellectual-based education touches the brain. But unless somebody has the value-based education which touches the heart, doesn't have any meaning of intellectual-based education. So the education what you receive should be a balance of both. Imagine a topper getting highest score, 100 out of 100, earning crores of salary, not taking care of his own father, mother, not taking care of his own colleagues, not bothered about the country. What is the use of that education? So that is the place we say the students should be pumped both the type of education, both intellectual-based education and value-based education. You know, what is required as a student is not only education, it's the overall personality development. And surely, this institute, I understand, it provides that type of ambient. And when you grow up, surely, in fact, I also wrote, Give Back to the Society. In fact, I have addressed almost something around 20 or 25 convocations. And I used to ask a question to the students. When you are completing your college education and getting out, the degree what you are receiving belongs to whom? In fact, this question was put to me when I received my PhD degree in IIT Kharagpur. The chief guest put a question and 1 minute it was silent. He told, please, you are all having a degree. This degree belongs to whom? And when you think, actually the degree or whatever studies you are getting at the end of the thing, whatever certificate you are going to receive, this belongs to so many people. The primary school teachers, the higher secondary teachers, and the college, not only teaching faculties, including the staff who are cleaning and maintaining your hostel, who are responsible for making a proper environment, and the people from your own village who ensure a proper condition and environment for you to study properly, and the taxpayers, everybody is responsible for the degree. Probably we are so lucky, the students are so lucky to receive the degree. So when that is true, it is your responsibility to think about the society and give back to the society. That's what precisely the chief guest was addressing. And of course, the education should be a continuous process. You know, the engineering education is something different from other education. An engineer who is passing out today, not reading tomorrow, will be considered as an illiterate day after tomorrow. I will just validate the statement. You know, 30 years back, the computer system was not that good in our country. Imagine an engineer like the chief guest or myself or your own director who was passed out 30 years or 40 years back. And that time we were not knowing how to operate computer, how to operate mobile system, nothing. Today, if you don't know how to operate a computer, do you think you will accept us as engineer? You will not accept. And that is the case everywhere. And when you pass out of the college, the knowledge what we are having is very limited. Very, very limited, I can tell you. Beyond doubt, I can tell you. So it should be a continuous process, and there should be a determination and dedication, self-actualization. Lot of things are required for you to go up. Now, dear friends, being a person from ISRO, I also thought I must share a couple of things related to ISRO. Also, the startup system, current startup ecosystem in ISRO. And ISRO, you know, you all may be knowing, last year we made lot of history. One history what was made was the Chandrayaan 3. Chandrayaan 3, we have landed near South Pole of Moon. And India is the only country which has landed near to the South Pole and made all Indians proud. And that's a major achievement. And not only that, we had six scientific instruments. All instruments worked perfectly well. And we have discovered 8 minerals on the moon surface. And we have assessed the thermal profile on the moon surface. And we have understood the electron clouds on the moon surface. We have studied the seismic activity on the moon surface. And everything we have donated to the international community and put Indian flag above the flag of all other nations. By discovering and keeping with you, it is not going to happen. And I had a small role to play in that. Now, the first step is to put the satellite in the required orbit. And for that, the LVM-3 vehicle was used. And to place, we have to give 37,000 km per hour is the velocity we have to inject to place the satellite in the elliptical orbit, Earth's orbit. And we have delivered out of 3 propulsion systems under my guidance. My team has delivered 2 propulsion systems. Both have given almost 60% of the velocity out of 37,000 km. That is one of the contributions. Second thing, from 36,500 we have taken to something around close to 4 lakh km and we have captured the satellite in the moon. And the propulsion system used for that was developed by my team. And not only that, on 23rd August last year, the satellite was rotating with a velocity of 6,077 km per hour, which is 8 times of aircraft velocity. And slowly it was brought down and we soft landed in the required place at the required time. And that propulsion system was developed by our team from the liquid propulsion area. And not only that, another 2 more important contributions were, when Chandrayaan-2, we had a setback, there was a national level committee constituted by chairman with the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister. And the responsibility of the team was to assess the performance of all the system and give necessary recommendation to succeed the Chandrayaan-3. And the time given was only 30 days. Actually, this type of work needs at least 1 year time frame. But then we decided, 10 members in the committee, 9 members in the committee, we decided we will stick to the time frame and we'll demonstrate to the country. On 30th day, we'll submit the report. We submitted a 700-page report, more than 100 recommendations. And everything was implemented. And today, it is history that the Chandrayaan-3 is successful. And I am so lucky and blessed to be the chairman of that national level committee, which gave that recommendation. And coming to the next achievement last year, you all may be knowing Aditya L1 satellite. India is the 4th country which has realized a satellite for studying the sun. And January 6th, we placed the satellite in the L1 orbit. L1 is from the Earth orbit, Earth side, almost 15 lakh kilometers we have to travel and we have to capture there. And that was precisely done. And satellite is commissioned in that orbit. And India is a proud country having the satellite for studying the sun today. And India is the only 4th country having that capability. And dear friends, coming to ISRO program, I think I will take some time. In fact, my entire PowerPoint presentation was Indian space program, the national pride. Because I am not presenting the Power PPT, let me couple of points I must communicate to you so that you will understand what is the pride on which you are all living. Indian space program started in the year 1962. And we had the first launch of a rocket in the year 1963, November 21st. And that rocket was not our rocket. Rocket was American rocket. The payload was French payload. And it was assembled and launched from Indian soil, Trivandrum. And 1967, November 20, we had the first indigenous rocket, which was just 1 meter height, indigenously developed 1967, November 20, that took off. You know that 1 meter rocket when we took off, elsewhere you should understand the capability. Yuri Gagarin, you all may be knowing, the first person who went to space, 1961, he has gone and come back safely. And we are making 1 meter height rocket. And 1969, I was in the first standard, not like this great chair table, on the floor, along with 20 of my colleagues and my teachers, that they came and announced that man has landed on moon. And that time, India is making just 1 meter height rocket. From that place, you have come a long way. And not only that, the initial rockets were moved by bicycle, not new bicycle, old bicycle. And the first satellite was moved in Bangalore by the bullock cart for a couple of experiments. From that humble beginning, just let me summarize, let me tell you, till today to our credit, we have launched from Indian soil something close to 3,900 and odd sounding rockets from Indian soil, last 60 years. And we have designed and realized 6 generations of launch vehicles. And the first launch vehicle And the difference between launch vehicle and T-body rocket is nothing great difference, small difference only. T-body rocket, if you fire, it will go wherever it wants. But our launch vehicle, if you fire, it has to go to the place where we want. For that only everybody is working. And the first launch vehicle was successful in the year 1980, the SLV-3, for which the Abdul Kalam was the project director. You know who is great Abdul Kalam. And that rocket was having 17-ton mass and 40 kg satellite it placed in the orbit. From that, the sixth generation vehicle was succeeded in the year 2017 after 37 years, and the mass of the rocket went up by 37.4 times, and the rocket mass is 642 tons. So that is the capability of rocket development, and this rocket can place up to, Mark 3 rocket can place up to, against 40 kg of SLV-3, 8,500 kg in the required low Earth orbit. That is the improvement in the launch vehicle technology, and we have 95 missions we have accomplished. In the area of satellite, the first satellite was Aryapata satellite, 1975. It was realized with the support of foreign country Russia. And we were not knowing what is their satellite technology itself. And today, you know, there is a startup. From here itself, there was a satellite realized and we have placed in the orbit. I think let us give a big hand to that team which realized. And not only that, 1980 our satellite was 40 kg, and now the heaviest satellite realized was 6,000 kg satellite, GSAT-11, and we have placed successfully in the orbit to our credit. Till today 130 satellites we have realized and placed in the orbit, and it is doing great service for this country and for the common man. And not only that, 431 satellites of foreign countries we have placed in the orbit using our own launch vehicle from Indian soil. That gives a great credit to India. And 1975 we are not having satellite technology, we are looking like a LKG boy other countries. And when Modi ji took over as the Prime Minister, he gave a direction and we realized a 2000 kg SARC satellite we conceived, realized, placed using our launch vehicle, and we have donated to SARC countries. Thereby Indian flag is really flying high in the satellite area. And application, huge application, and let it be telecommunication, television broadcasting, or disaster warning management, everywhere, lot of application. Now, wherever we go, there is a question, when India will become #1 in the space technology? I would like to give couple of things. You know, when 1 meter rocket was realized, elsewhere it was a big rocket, they had the technology. Chandrayaan-1, that was the first interplanetary mission. And we had two major achievements in that. Number one, India is the first country and only one country which found water molecule and on the moon and made all Indians proud through Chandrayaan-1. Only one country which has found. And thanks to APJ Abdul Kalam ji, he wanted to put the tricolor on the moon, and we have impacted the tricolor on the moon and reserved land on moon for all of you and all of your generation. If we have not landed, nobody will accept us that area belongs to us. We have done that. Chandrayaan-2, even though it was not, landing wise not successful, we are having a module which is rotating on moon surface, 100 kilometer by 100 kilometer. I don't know how many of you know, you Google it, you will understand. It is having a camera, 30 centimeter resolution. That is the best camera available as on date in the moon surface. No developed country is having such a camera. Please Google, you will understand. And that is the capability what we are having. And Chandrayaan-3, you all know, last year 23rd is the history, and entire world is looking on us, how we accomplished that mission. You know, couple of days before, other countries were trying to land, and you know what happened. And finally, India is the only country which has landed near to the South Pole and made history. And Mars orbiter mission. You know, Mars orbiter mission, to go to Red Planet, we have to travel 68 crore kilometers and 295 days travel time. And we have to go precisely, and we have to get captured in the Mars orbiter, Mars. Just to do a simple calculation, you all are good in trigonometry. If 0.01 degree error is there in the travel, 68 crore kilometers when you travel, where you will end up? And we have guided the thing. Exactly it has gone and captured in the Mars orbit. And India is the first country and only one country which has succeeded in the first attempt in the Mars orbiter mission. None of the developed country has got this success in the first attempt. And that is the greatest credit to India. And all developed countries, including USA, Russia, couple of failures, then only they have succeeded. And with the poor country, a poor country which got independence just 76 years back, with this 1 meter rocket carried in the bicycle, we have done that achievement with Indian education system. That too, most of the people had only Indian education system. Not only that, our Honorable Prime Minister, he is a great person. Even we are not taught in that direction. He has done some calculation. You know what is the total distance travel, what is the money spent, and he has done a calculation and he exhibited to us the per kilometer money spent was less than the auto fare. That is what is the achievement what India has made. None of the world has done this type of achievements. And another achievement I want to tell, in a single rocket, you know rockets are used for placing the satellites. And single rocket, Russia placed 37 satellites successfully. And we were thinking and discussing, always if you go behind these people, we will be only follower, we will never become leader. One day a decision was taken, we will launch 100 satellites. Finally we placed 104 satellites in a single go. And India is the first country which placed more than 100 satellites in a single go and placed all the satellites successfully and made history. And another important point, our friend is there from Tata Motors. I am also one way or another connected with Tata Motors. And I am so much respecting Tata Motors. Excellent job they are doing. Probably you should talk to him how many cars are coming out. When first time when I went, when we were going inside, there was a number. When we came out after 1 hour, I was so surprised to see the car rolling out. And the difference between car and rocket engine is no difference functional wise. The car takes either human being or some object from one place to another place. Same way, the rocket also does same thing. Either it takes satellite or human being from one place to rather space, but small difference. The car moves with a velocity in Indian road speed of 100 km per hour, maybe abroad 200 km per hour. The satellite, to place that, we have to inject with a velocity of 27,000 to 37,000 km per hour. That is the requirement change. Now car, I think easily you can calculate, take a Maruti car or any car for that matter, you can calculate petrol car per second, almost 3.5 to 4.5 gram per second is the consumption of air plus petrol. Against that, when a LVM-3 rocket is lifting off, it is 3,600 kg per second is the propellant consumption. That means a factor of 10 power 6, that is the power at which it has to take off. And to place the satellite, we need lot of propulsion. So one of the propulsion system is using liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen, cryogenic propulsion. Without that, we cannot accomplish this type of missions. And when we started the program, we were looking other countries to get the technology. Finally, nobody came forward and nobody will give also. 1993, we signed a MOU with Russia. Finally, due to geopolitical reason, nothing happened. And we started the development. Dear friends, I want to tell today, to our credit, India is having 2 cryogenic rocket propulsion stages, and India is one among 6 countries having the propulsion system, cryogenic rocket propulsion system. We have indigenously developed during the last so many years. And in that also we have made world record, I want to tell. The Mark III vehicle is having the upper stage, a cryo stage. And liquid hydrogen, the temperature is minus 253 degree centigrade. And oxygen is 90 Kelvin is the temperature. And using that propellant, we have to power the rocket. And I want to tell one thing. 2 world record we are having, because for the Mark III C-25, I was the project director, I was also the development chief. And one world record is from the first engine test to flight, successful flight, the minimum time taken was by America 42 months. All other countries have taken more than that, up to 15 years. And we put, when I was the project director, we put a target with Radhakrishnan sir as our chairman and Kiran Kumar sir guiding later as the chairman. we will realize that in 24 months. You imagine 42 months is the minimum time elsewhere taken. We put us a target of 24 months. And I still remember when this was presented, I only presented in the International Astronautical Conference, and people were laughing. And my own friend, who is the chief of French Space Agency, was asking, Narayanan, are you joking in this forum? This is the question asked. Today I want to tell, it is a record. In 28 months we have achieved, and we have made a world record in that accomplishment. And none of the country has done. And to do a major test using, we call it as a hydrogen-oxygen propulsion stage test. 5,000 kg of hydrogen, liquid hydrogen, and something around 5,000 kg and something around 22 tons of liquid oxygen. If these two are together, if you control properly, it will work as a propellant. If you don't control, it will explode. And explosion means so much loss will happen. And we test in a facility of 1,000 crore. And till now, the minimum time taken by any other country is 10 months to complete the test. Once it goes to the test stand. Because lot of experiment will be done. Then only this will be authorized. Can anybody guess what is the time you have taken? Any guess? I want somebody to answer. Can you guess? Minimum time taken by other countries are 10 months. Any guess? Sir, here, any guess? Yeah, how much time? 8 months. I was the project director, and the great Kiran Kumar sir was the chairman ISRO. We put a target of 30 days. Dear friends, we have achieved that in 34 days, and we have made world record. But achieving that is not that easy. We have done lot of studies, lot of calculated risk, lot of things are done, and we have done. And thereby, really Indian space program is moving very forward. Now, after the Chandrayaan 3, January 1st, this January 1st, I don't know, those who are following the news will be understanding, entire country was having crackers and enjoying and celebrating. We celebrated by successfully launching the PSLV C-58 XPOSAT satellite. X-ray polarimetric satellite was injected on January 1st from Sriharikota, and we made again a world record. India is the first country which has launched on January 1st, because generally nobody takes that type of risk. We took a risk and we have successfully launched this January 1st. And January 6th, we commissioned the other Aditya L1 satellite. And today we are moving forward. Honorable Prime Minister has given lot of direction and guideline. Number one, 2026, we are going to have a sample return mission from moon surface. Just we have successfully landed, we are going to have a sample return mission. And 2035, we will be having our own space station designed and conceived. In fact, tomorrow I am going to Bangalore to attend that final meeting of the configuration meeting. And that is one of the major thing. Already it is in the final configuration phase. Tomorrow the configuration is going to be frozen, and then we are going to have that mission. And 2028 will put the first module of the space station. 2040, we will be landing our own. 2025, we are planning to send our human being, our own brother, to space and bring them back. And 2040, Honorable Prime Minister has given a direction and guideline. We are going to land our own brother or sister on moon, and we are going to bring them back safely. And I want to tell, 60 years back when we started our space program, we were 60 years behind the advanced countries. And 2040, we will be, today couple of places, as I told, we are number one. And 2040 will be in par with any other countries in the space area. Any other country. That is the target what is set. And coming to the Honorable Prime Minister, he has really announced the space sector reform. And earlier, entire space activity was done by us. And now the space sector reform is announced. Today, I am happy to inform to this August audience, there are 187 startup companies are involved in the space activities, which has got developed over 3 years time frame. And people are developing rockets. There are people who are processing the satellite data, and lot of activities are going on, and startups are coming, and the result will be knowing after 10 years. 10 years, the space research will happen in entire area. Now, to give a feel of the application, one or two things I want to tell, because you all young engineers should know what we have done. You know, one application out of 50 applications, one application is the potential zone monitoring. India is having 7,500 kilometers of seashore, and a lot of people are involved in fishing. And earlier, because I am from a place, from my place, the seashore is hardly 1.5 kilometers. Lot of people go for fishing and come back after two days with empty hand. Today, we are monitoring through the satellite system, and we are informing to the fishermen of this country, our own brothers. You know, through this, we are having a profit of 34,000 crore per year against the ISRO budget of 14,000 crore per year. Please understand what is the type of benefit. And with respect to telecommunication and television broadcasting, let me tell one or two examples. You know, 25 years back in Tamil, in the channel weekly, one day 5 songs will come called Voliyum Voliyum. And that is the case with every state. And today you see what is happening. Is it only 5 songs per week? So many things. And telecommunication. Telecommunication, 20 years back, if you have to make a call from Pune to Bombay, you have to book trunk and you have to wait. And after 2 hours, you will get the connection. Within 2 minutes, it will get disconnected. Again, 2 hours, you have to wait. And is it the situation today? Please tell who are all not having mobile connection, mobile in the hand. And one example I want to tell, with that I will come to the conclusion of my talk. 1993, I was sent to Russia for some technology acquisition related to cryogenic system. You know, I am from a village in Kanyakumari. My father came to Trivandrum, see me off. That is the first time I am getting the aircraft. I was so much enjoying sitting in the aircraft, walking here and there, all those things. Now, not like this generation. That generation, we were not having that great opportunities. And we reached Bombay, and Bombay, the pilot is not landing. He was going on, rounding, rotating. We are enjoying. Because with less money, so much time you are in the aircraft. We are enjoying. And then no announcement also. Actually, not only me, couple of my friends, we are walking here and there, and no announcement. We thought, let him go around. We are spending more time. And all of a sudden, one announcement came. And now, no fuel, we have to land. I am landing. And he landed. When we landed, yes, gate opened, and there were a lot of security fellows, like we were taken to a room and we are locked. And when we are locked, when we are seeing TV, lot of explosion is happening. Bomb explosion. And you know where? Outside the building. Bombay airport. That was the day serial bomb blast happened. And then, okay, we were in the room. Then next day we went to Moscow. And my father, he traveled back from Trivandrum 2 hours to Nagarkoil. And this flight was almost 2.5 hours. And when he reached through the radio news, he understood Bombay serial blast. Almost the timing is same time when we landed. So he is not sure whether his son is alive or dead. And the entire house was in the sorrow mood. And there is no telephone connection. Near 10 kilometers, no telephone connection. And my father is a very smart person, but not that educated. And after 12 days, they received a letter from Moscow. Yes, I have reached safely, I am happy. And the entire sorrow got removed. In fact, I was told my mother was not at all eating proper food for 12 days. Today, is it that situation? Somebody is going abroad. Every second, I am in Bombay, I am in Delhi, I have got down. That type of communication, that is the revolution, what has happened in the communication sector. I think thanks to a lot of people, including the space sector. Thereby, everywhere, and there are trains. 2,800 trains out of 8,000 real-time you are monitoring. And boats you are monitoring. And lot of things are happening. I think to application is another time I will come, not to this audience, to the entire college. We can spend lot of time how the space sector really serve the common man. To understand the application of satellite, better to switch off, we used to say, evening 5 to 8, switch off the satellites. Then you will understand no TV will work, no telephone connection will work, no ATM will work, no transaction will happen, no disaster warning will happen, nothing will happen. The life will come to near standstill. So that is the place we stand. And today, I am very happy to announce that the startup ecosystem is also growing in the space sector in a big way and great way. Dear friends, before I conclude, I would like to appeal a couple of things. You know, you please study historically from simply study every department, every sector. 1947 where we were. Today, after 76 years of independence, health sector, agriculture sector, transport sector, service sector, education sector, medical field, or your oil sector, or milk production, or transportation, everywhere you please compare, make a comparison. Actually, phenomenal contribution. I am not a politician. All political leaders who has ruled this country has done great contribution to take to this level. And it is our responsibility, not our responsibility, your responsibility to see that this country is becoming a developed country before we celebrate 100 years of independence. Towards that, lot of things has to happen. Every sector, in fact, I have got a total plan. Each sector, what has to be done to make it this country as a developed country. Yes, education sector has improved, but lot of improvement has to happen. There was a time to get into engineering admission, you need minimum marks. But now everybody can enter, and then the one social problem we are facing is, you know, the engineering student, if he pass out, he is having a BTech degree. If he is not passing out with +2 qualification, one has to go out, and how to handle them. And lot of improvement has to happen. Every area, I can speak hours and hours, and you have got a great responsibility to play a role, and don't be a job seeker. And of course, I am not telling everybody should start having their own startup, but this is startup ecosystem is also another important area which has to improve. Actually, my daughter used to say, I used to tell, why don't you apply for ISRO job? She was telling nothing. ISRO, you will be going on working 20 hours per day. I want to provide 1,000 people job. That is my target. That's what, so she has gone in some other route. So like that, every area, whatever area you take, you have to be, let it be IT area, let it be automobile area, every area, be a role model. Ensure the country is becoming a developed country, and that is all in your hand. With this, let me thank the organizers for bringing me here to share a couple of views. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. I'm sure you have inspired all the young minds over here. The structured approach that you gave us has empowered us to be innovative and will be instrumental in helping us navigate the world with confidence and purpose. The last 3 preparatory months of Pune Startup Fest have been like a roller coaster ride for us, from planning out things meticulously to executing them perfectly. We have certainly been on a voyage of highs and lows. One thing that remained constant during all these times was the support rendered by our faculty advisor, Professor Vidya More ma'am. Now I would take this opportunity to call our beloved faculty advisor, More ma'am, to shed light on all the events of the 6th edition of Pune Startup Fest.
Thank you. The dignitary on the dais and of the dais, I thank you Sitaraman sir and Naren sir to accept our invitation for this program. I, as a faculty advisor of Bhau ESIL, here I would like to share a few points from our journey when we started with this activity. Basically, this ESIL club was started in 2008-9. So I was a faculty advisor that time also, but in between few years, I was not associated with this club. But later on again, in last 3 years, I took over this opportunity. And thank you, Khon sir, to accept me as a advisor for this club. And students also, because I basically, students ke saath jitna acha rapport hota hai, utna ye, every club, I mean, that grows. So, beyond this, I will say that last 2 fest of Pune Startup Fest, I have visualized or I have experienced that this time it is little bit, enhanced version from the previous one. So there was few additions that we did this time, lightning pitch, then patent kind of activities also we started this in this phase. And this was, we got very good response as well. The students that I said, Gaurav, the previous students, Gaurav Pandey, Janavi, I could meet. today. And this year, Gaurav Sonavane, Vikrant, and there are few members like Harshvardhan and many more I can see, because we have, we are being preparing this event since last 3-4 months. And Samta Raka, might be she is here somewhere. She might, we know that how we have done these things, right? Meeting to the people for funding and for many things that we have done a lot of brainstorming also many times कि क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, and all those things, right? And there are many, sometimes down, sometimes up. Okay, good. इसको ऐसा उसको in करना है. Okay, इसके साथ नहीं करेंगे. It was like every time we used to discuss the things apart from my, their study and my lectures. So this was a very good journey rather for me, and I don't know about the students, might be good also, but मैंने उसको बहुत बड़ा डाटा भी है सब लोगों को. Okay, so sorry for that people, है ना? So you should not be like ये journey है, like so there will be ups and downs in this, and I think this is a I mean as a e-sale, we do many activities throughout the year. So like last year also, in last 2-3 months also we did many activities, and this is you can say बहुत सारा gathering kind of activity is the Pune Startup Fest. So in it, this is entirely 2 days activities, and like as I said, we plan 2 activities more than the previous year's activities. And I'm sure that lightning page, then what it was, Peachers Valley activity. It was like very nice, and I will say that the new students, I mean maybe the students have got an idea that how to pitch and how to prepare the presentations as well. So that was a very important thing that I could learn from that one also. And I think we are at COIP with this club are trying to put the seed in your mind, like how to prepare for entrepreneurship, isn't it? So like I'm sure that you might not be land up on the startup and all at this stage. Might not, very few, maybe 0.1 or 0.2% of people will go directly in the startups after this, your graduation. But I'm sure after maybe 5-6 years later, while having some fine funds in your hand and so on, you start thinking that okay, मुझे क्या करना है? So that time, this kind of things that you have learned from this will be helpful in that journey. Okay, so that's what we are putting this thing, and we are blessed with. Abdul Kalam sir, I mean, sir has mentioned Abdul Kalam, and we are blessed that Abdul Kalam sir was here on campus for the inauguration of Bhawi's e-sale. I don't know how many of you know this, but please check the photograph of Abdul Kalam sir near Bhawi's building. Okay, so he was here in campus, and right here in this auditorium also, we have heard him, and it was मतलब अभी भी उनको वो याद करते हैं तो हमें ऐसे प्राउड फील होता है. Okay, so that was the days, and as rightly these people mentioned that we are actually moving towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, and the aim of our government to make it a developed country, and that is the that you will be doing this. Okay, so remember, this is what we are actually putting in your mind. Okay, so yeah, thank you all students and guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for these insights. I believe that the next successive editions of Pune Startup Fest will expand horizons. Now, we shall proceed with the most awaited prize distribution. So, without any further ado, let's get to it. I request Vidya More ma'am to distribute the prizes to our winners. Okay, I request Mr. Narayanan sir to present the prizes. So, starting with the very first event, that is budget. The third prize goes to Yash Hodlur. The second prize goes to Atharv Gurav. The first prize goes to Pratham Jain. Our second event, Brand Scan. The third prize goes to Ved Nipankar. The second prize goes to Kavish Patil. And the first prize goes to Mayank Aire. Our next event, Bull Run. The third prize goes to Vaishnavi Mandhane. Second prize goes to Arnav Sanghvi. The first prize goes to Sachin Pawar. Next event, Bid Wars. The third prize goes to Team 15, Ishan Sagane and Shivam Wage. The second prize goes to Team 6, Sahil Akare and Mayur Padvi. And the first prize, Team 2, Chaitanya Rathod and Bhagyesh Pawar. Our next event, Optify. Next event, Optify. In that, for video, the second prize goes to Yash Bongirwar. And the first prize goes to Ritesh Patil. For photos, the first prize goes to again Yash Bongirwar. flagship event for this year, BizWatch. The winners are Atharva Itankar, Rohit Patak, Ved Zotekar, Ayush Mahin, Arnav Baukar and Ved Nipankar.
Moving on towards the startup zone winners for health and lifestyle, 5-line healthcare. 5-line healthcare. Alright, moving on, agricultural, Swasti Agro. For tech, we have InDesign Elements. Student, we have Safety Scan AI. In the social zone, we have Wolf Bread. In the green zone, we have Savi Nyansa. In the education sector, we have Agrile Enigma. Education sector, we have Argyle Enigma. In the IIPR section, we have Krishya. We are also excited to announce our top 5 campus ambassadors who have done an incredible job promoting events. We will be presenting them with exciting goodies. I request the dignitaries on the dais to take their seats. We would also like to thank our alumni.
I request our secretary and joint secretary to please come ahead to give the campus ambassadors the goodies. So, first is Ved Mone from I-Square IT. Krishnali Vasankar from PVG COET. Aditya Marathe from Sinhagad Academy of Engineering. Riya Kard from Bharati Vidyapit Women's College and Shaunak Pillai from JSPM RSCOE.
would also like to thank our alumni sponsors, Platinum alumni sponsor Vinayak Pai, Sanjeev Madhvi, and Gold sponsors Nikim and Sunil Udupa. Silver sponsor Deswaram Engineering Solution, Pratham Technology Private Limited, and a special thanks to all our bronze and general alumni sponsors for supporting our fest wholeheartedly.
Now that all the prizes are distributed, let's move ahead. Success is anchored in effective leadership, where transforming a vision into reality stands as the epitome of great leadership. As we gather today to applaud the remarkable achievements of Pune Startup Fest, we reflect on the crucial impact that leadership has on steering the direction of events. Leading us with the dedication every step on the journey were our diligent and passionate leaders, our Secretary, Mr. Gaurav Sonivane, and our Joint Secretary, Mr. Vikrant Rathod. The driving force behind this exceptional team, they embody true gentleman qualities. Their unyielding optimism, boundless enthusiasm, and unwavering commitment to excellence played a pivotal role in turning our vision for PSF into a reality. On behalf of our entire team, I firstly invite Mr. Vikrant Rathod to join us and express his vote of thanks. Let us all give him a huge round of applause for his dedication towards PSF.
Hello everyone. So it's a very hard job to follow such passionate words from our chief guest and our guest of honor, but I will try my best to do that. So our journey started 6 months ago. Like these 2 days went very fast, but the efforts were started the 6 months back. And as the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, if you want to make your dream come true, you have to dream first. And we definitely had a dream. Last year, the 5th edition of Pune Startup Fest was very successful. Our ex-core team has bring such a huge milestone in front of us. Some of the ex-core team members are in the audience. I want to say thank you to them for their constant support throughout this year. And as a joint secretary for the Bhau's Innovation and Entrepreneurship Cell, innovation is in our name. And definitely we wanted to innovate something. So this year we introduced as the masterclass. We wanted to teach the people who didn't had the chance to get connect with the people, right people. So we had a 5 amazing masterclass by the very esteemed speakers such as Ansh Mehra, Akash Mujumdar, Akash Sureka sir, and Suhasini Kiloskar ma'am. Also, we had the esteemed guest for our inauguration ceremony as Vikas Chodia sir, who is the managing director for the Sohana Group, and the Indrajit sir, who is the MD for Chitale Bandhu. Then we had a various events such as Bidwaz, Bullrun, Bizwatch, Optify, and various events to engage the students and to make them learn the various skills they needed to make them successful in life. I think that as the leader for the Bhau's I&E cell, I think it is not possible without the help of these 200 all team members of the Bhau's I&E cell. Their hard work and perseverance made this fest successful. And I can proudly say that we saw that dream and we made that dream come true. I would also like to take a moment to say thank you to our faculty advisors, Vidya More ma'am, MP Khond sir, Abhishek More sir, Hanuman Shinde sir for their constant support. And I also like to thank you to the secretary of the Pune Startup Fest, Gaurav Sonavane. So, I think I'm not going to take much of your time. Thank you everyone for joining us for the valedictory session and giving your constant support for the Pune Startup Fest. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your words of appreciation. Now, I would like to call upon our beloved secretary, Mr. Gaurav Sonemane, to express his feelings about his whole journey.
Good evening, everyone. I, Gaurav Sonemane, and it's my honor to stand right before you all as the Secretary of Pune Startup Fest. Firstly and foremostly, I would like to express my gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Sitaram Kandi sir, and guest of honor, Dr. V. Narayana sir, to joining us in the valedictory ceremony. I would like to express a deep sense of gratitude to our title sponsor, Pune East Stock Broking Limited, for presenting Pune Startup Fest 24. Your assistance has been instrumental in bringing to our fest to the life and enhancing overall experience. I would also like to take a moment and thank Indian Oil, FinIQ, Fi Commerce, Nawami, Palmonage, Tuyam, Amul, Wet n Joy, Lord of Gaming, Ease My Trip, Aquarize, Domino's, Budhani Bro, and all the alumni for our tremendous support. This is because of our finance team I am calling such name of sponsors. Raut, Pratmesh Raut and Samta Raut, Samta Raka. Next, I would like to thank our college administration for providing us with a platform to showcase our talents and organizing skills. The Vice Chancellor, Dr. Birut sir, the SR, Dr. Sonavane sir, Dr. Manoj Rathod sir, Dr. Dhoke sir, Dr. Khon sir, for fostering the spirit of entrepreneurship and business in students like us. I extend genuine gratitude to our faculty, Mrs. Vidya and More ma'am, to Abhishek sir, to Rajiv sir, Hanman sir, for their unwavering contribution to the management and organization of our fest. I take huge pride in being face of representation of Pune Startup Fest 24. The same way, I take pride in all the work my team has put up there several months for these 2 days. Two, I express my gratitude to all the team, to all the coordinators, to all the heads, all the EXCO members to learn and explore the unforeseen challenges, all the coordinators for meeting the deadlines, keeping a sync of all the work and leveling up the bar previously she said. To my core team members, my supporting pillars who creatively designed each part of this fest and made it sure that is executed smoothly and efficiently. And finally, our team of EXCO members who work for the fest, guide us and support us throughout the process. I wanted to take 2 names here, Mr. Gaurav Pandey and Vikrant Rathod, for their great gratitude for us to make it success, the Pune Startup Fest 24. So here, I am signing off as a Secretary of Pune Startup Fest 24, not as a Bhava initial.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. Now that we have reached the end of the valedictory function, there is an end to everything, but we believe there is never an end, but always a beginning. Everyone has talent. What's rare is the courage to follow it. If you're not prepared to be wrong, you'll never come up with anything original. Quotes Ken Robinson. So, congratulations to all who managed to win a prize in all the events conducted during the fest. And for the rest, better luck next year. Thanks to all our sponsors, alumni sponsors, dignitaries, faculties, our secretary, joint secretary, our ex-core team, the current core team, all of our coordinators, volunteers, and all the participants to make this year's Pune Startup Fest a huge success. Your contribution towards the fest is commendable. Thank you all once again. This is Sanika and my co-host Ishita signing off. Until we meet again, take care and have a wonderful year ahead. Thank you everyone.
an important message for all the coordinators here. We have to move to the academic complex immediately in the next 5 minutes. Please do so immediately. In the next 5 minutes, all coordinators will move to the academic complex. Ground floor.
Request all